Hey there, episode 171, Jessie, Lark. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi. After you.
Do you want me to start playing?
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Came to you with the truth because I knew you deserved better. As I envision you and I being friends forever. The lies are told and the way I abandoned you can't take back. But I thought if I showed you who I really was, you'd still hold my hand. But you can't, 'cause you're you're gone. What a funny time to cut me out when I'm doing the work to grow. So much better than the person that you thought you used to know. Maybe you're blinded by the trust issues you got from your dad. I do my best not to take it personal, but it still makes me so sad. 'Cause you're gone. Took my name right. Block my number for all I know. I was wrong. Still got a lump there in your throat. Don't think of me or else you'll choke. 'Cause you're gone. Yeah.
All right.
Hello, I'm MikeRuggirello, your host, and I dropped my pick. Welcome to the show. Jessie's back. This is your third time?
I think fourth.
Fourth.
Number 4, yeah.
And we have a very
First
special
time.
guest, her amazing guitar player / husband, Kevin, playing drums. Let's give a round of applause for Kevin. And we have some announcements to make, a lot of things happening. The show's going fast. Jason Thomas, San Diego's favorite co-host. Mr. Thomas, what do you got?
No, thanks for watching. It's great to have you back, Jessie. And Fantastic to meet you. Also like to start out with always is thanking our sponsors, Mad Hatter Guitar Products, also Kurt Mangan Strings, John Muzio Drums, and who's the t-shirts?
Quality design.
Quality t-shirt designs. Hey Till, how you doing? Yeah, thanks for coming. It's been a little while since you've been in the studio.
It has, yeah. Oh, like, the world shut down.
Everything.
What happened?
I feel
was
like
asleep for
actually,
most of it.
I'm
I
trying
saw
to remember.
that.
I feel like last time I was here, we were like talking about some weird shit, and we were talking about like a bunch of sci-fi stuff.
Right.
Do you remember that?
I do, yeah.
I don't rem- it
I
was
remember
a
that
bunch
back
of-
to the content, but it was like
It was
a
a
lot
bunch
of
of like books and like movies I
Right.
had never seen, but
Oh.
like we were talking about all this like crazy stuff, and then something crazy did happen.
Oh yeah, right. It was like
And what was that crazy
apocalyptic
thing?
stuff.
Um,
Just the last 3 years.
Oh,
That thing.
shit. Remember how we all were watching Contagion and we were like, this is not good anymore. This is life right
It's
now.
not good. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of that. Like
That
there's-
that's what they say. That director was way ahead of his time.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it was
No,
Well, this isn't doing anything now, so it was just a symbol hit.
well, no, it's cool. It translates. When we're doing our talk, we just keep the lavs on.
Oh,
And
okay.
notice I
Nice.
have no guitar. Nope, there's my camera. No guitar. This is the speaking segment.
Oh,
So you're back. I love the yellow dress
thank you. I thought it would be fun for
and
today.
the new piano, the new Nord something stage
Stage 3.
This is new.
Yes.
Talk to us about this. This is different than the last thing. The last thing you bought came into my section. I was playing the high parts for you on that show. But this is great.
Yeah, so this is the 76 key version, which is really nice. And it's basically, it's a regular piano plus like a synthesizer. So what's nice about it is all the knobs and main things are kind of like out here constantly instead of like
I'm
buried deep in menus.
Right.
It's perfect. It really seems user friendly.
It's really cool. I'm still learning how to use it. It is a behemoth of an instrument. It's really many instruments.
Look at this. We have
combined.
effect 1, effect 2. We have a whole delay engine and amp sim.
Yeah.
This is where we need that overhead camera.
I know.
Daniel and Jason and I were talking about we're getting a drone that flies around that will be able to like hum. It'll buzz and hum right here, but it'll give us that shot that I'm so intrigued with right now. You know, maybe on your 7th episode we'll have that flying drone.
just randomly flying
But-
around. Just
But no,
I
it's
believe that will probably. There's a lot of gear in here.
you
And
know
you guys were doing live streams before everyone was doing live streams.
you know that's a good thing. Jason and I like to take full credit for that influence.
Because yeah, what year did you guys start?
17, right when Facebook went live.
Wow.
We
Yeah.
were the first to go, hey, let's go live. And this was before they were policing that envelope. Right at 18, remember they put out that disclaimer and like, what? We lost, 70% of our audience? They're like, oh, it was like this. No wonder we were getting 40 to 50,000 views. And then 2018 hit, and then they went, oh, you got to pay for it now.
Yes.
So like the whole boosting, depending
Yeah.
on how much you spend.
that was the free.
It opens up the-
Yeah, it used to be they were like, oh, just go watch good stuff. And
The
then they
net-
were like,
net
if you're not willing to
neutrality
pay
thing.
for it.
Yeah, so now it's a different territory, different ball game now. We're back at it. We're consistent. You guys are back. Some of our favorite people. We have our new engineer. Yes, you're welcome.
Yes.
So we're going on 100% organics. This is just going to like from the ground up, just like how we started. Without that,
It's a little bit more gear. A little
with
bit better
a little
gear.
bit more gear.
A
Yeah.
little bit better stuff.
So yeah, you guys are from up north. I was hoping that traffic wouldn't be too bad, which is some of the reason why we like to go a little later now.
Yeah.
You're here. And
What's been
Jason,
going
what do you
on?
got?
Yeah, just saying. Since you've last been in here, what have you been doing? You've been doing many recordings. You've been doing anything? I know the pandemic shut us all down for a while, but
Yeah,
anything on the
so-
horizons or?
I got into streaming for a little while. I was
Yeah.
on Twitch, and we started playing. We already played music together, Kevin and I, but we started significantly playing more music together and writing together, and we're just about to start an album, which is super exciting.
That is.
We have a lot of songs. He writes songs as well, so
Too many songs.
We have a lot of
we have
songs.
enough songs that we're like, we need to put these out
Right.
into the world.
Yeah.
You know, let's back up for a second. When you two were going live out of your house, you guys had made a nice makeshift stage like we did here. I was following it. I used to chime in and listen.
Yeah,
You're
that's right.
playing guitar. You have that John Mayer.
Yep, I've got one of the Silver
Strat.
Skies.
And I liked towards the end, right before you guys stopped, the way that the camera angles, like it was you kind of up front. There was a nice depth of field there. It looked like a nice little live
Thanks.
stage. You get working on bringing in some lights too.
Yeah.
And then you guys started interviewing people a little bit. You guys started bringing in some guests.
Oh yeah, I
Some of
forgot
those
about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that
was
was
the Sunday Fun Day.
yeah,
that
we
were
had
doing.
a-
was?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was actually before Twitch. We were live streaming to YouTube and Facebook, and yeah, this was when we all thought it would, be a couple months or something, and everyone was having fun with it, and live streaming from home, and yeah, we had a ton of guests. I'm trying to, because I'm sure it's people that you'd know, like
We had Shane Hall.
Shane
We
Hall,
had Nina Francis.
Evan Diamond,
Lindsay White
Lindsay
was on
White,
the show. Lee
Chris
Coulter.
Avetta, Lee Coulter. And
Wow.
There's a lot more.
You guys went ahead and just took my job.
Yeah.
No.
That was fun. I mean, we were inspired. We were just like, okay, if Mike can do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Mike could do
Mike
it
can do
anybody.
it. Any of
Well,
us.
yeah, like you
Any
said, you
monkey
guys
can
are
do this
responsible
job.
for everyone starting the live stream. Yeah, so we did
we
interview
don't hate.
people a little bit,
funny.
and yeah, that was a giant learning curve. Like going through all that. Kevin was the mastermind with all the gear.
I knew nothing about any of it before
But
COVID.
he's smart and has drive, so he was
It was
learned it
like-
all, and I was just like behind him trying to keep up.
yeah,
But,
it was a pain. Figuring,
yeah.
I mean,
So much
you
respect
know,
for
there's a lot
They
you guys did.
to making this
Well,
work.
Your guys' shows sounded good though. I mean, it's
Thanks.
you come in here, it's like Millennium Falcon. I mean, we're even just doing this interview right now. We're getting the interesting reflections in the back of the room, but it's also part of the mystery, part of the fun, which I don't really like going into the
And the,
vulnerabilities
and the,
of
and the
our production.
gremlins that live in the
You guys also
yeah.
have more going on at the same time than we did. We really had just two.
Yeah, you know.
There's
Yeah.
a weird thing though where you realize when you go out into like the world and you're performing. Like I got one of the Fractal, the FM9s for my guitar, and what I thought was the coolest setting, they have a global reverb setting on it that affects every patch that you have
Cool.
in the unit. So if you're going out and playing in a smaller place with all these reflections, you can just turn down the reverb. But getting good live sound on a live stream when everything's really in the box.
It's so scientific.
Yeah, it's also really kind of discretionary, right? It's like, what do you like? What sound do you want? What are you going for? There's a lot of room for creativity.
And depending on the compression you're getting on the back end, it changes it completely too. Like,
Yep.
we've had those issues with.
Yeah,
with,
you know,
like,
this is what episode 171, and we're still going. What does that knob mean? You know.
What is that? What is that? What are they doing
Yeah,
to
it's
the
like
sound?
there's some weird digression when you
YouTube
keep
or-
adding gear. It's like the digression is like I'll speak for myself, but it's like, oh, let's get this. It'll help the show. We get in here, we turn everything on. We're like the other things that we trust aren't working. You know. Anyhow, enough of that. It's not about insufficiency. Let's only talk about what we can do.
So you guys are working on an album, trying to put out an album
Yes.
right now too. So
When is this
Yeah.
album expected to come out?
We
starting recording it is what.
Starting
you're-
recording.
Right.
Yeah,
there you
Yeah,
go. So the baby
I
stages.
think we're probably gonna release some singles this year. I think the actual album will be coming out into completion beginning of next year.
We did
Gearing
some
up for-
recording already with it, and I think we made the mistake of the two of us not doing enough pre-production on it beforehand. And we played with some really incredible players and loved the work that they did on it. But then when we went back to our home studio and we were trying to take some of like our original vision for the songs and meld it, some of it was gelling really well, and some of it we were like, we may want to take this in a different direction. So I think we put out a single in December, and that was the first single that we produced and did everything in-house, and I learned a ton from it. And I learned the importance of just like playing around, running different loops, running different things, just giving yourself time to experiment and really just kind of stumble upon like happy accidents.
Right.
Like recording your guitar tone in the bathroom?
Yeah, stuff
Stuff
like
like
that.
that.
You know, little weird things. Even playing around, like the song we did there's like a hip hop beat to it, and I was playing around with some just drum loops, and I accidentally put the drum loop like where I put it on the timeline. I put it on an upbeat starting instead of a downbeat, and it
cool.
completely changed what her vocal was doing. And it was an accident, but we rewrote like the melody of the whole song after
That's
that,
cool.
and it changed the whole feel of it. So
Yeah.
I think we want to take some time and just go in and then just kind of see what happens. Just
Right.
experiment, play around with things, and give ourselves the freedom to really screw up without pressure and without like paying for the studio time and the studio days, because
it's hard to experiment when you're on an hourly clock.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
for anyone, I don't see a way to get I guess unless you had an unlimited budget,
Right.
you didn't care.
Or,
but,
sometimes there's like a weird 15 minutes where you and the engineer have, like, the engineer goes, oh, I have this idea, do that vocal tick again. And there's a creative moment, every now and then that happens,
Yeah.
depending on if the engineer, is digging what you're doing.
Yeah.
Then when they're invested, like, oh, I like what I'm hearing. Let me try. Something is putting a delay on. Just
little
stuff
little
like that.
things that make a big difference. And
We call it putting lipstick on that pig.
yeah. So many jokes I'm not going to make in case any of
I
my
know,
professional clients are watching me right
Well,
now.
That's not that bad of a joke. We've had worse.
yeah, it's
We've had
Well,
worse.
it depends on how
Corporate
Yeah, where did your
entertainer
mind
Kevin
go?
corporate
Yeah.
entertainer Kevin Viner.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but it is
So-
true, like having a little bit of freedom to kind of experiment as you're doing the recordings is,
Oh, yeah.
is always
Don't
fun.
pee your
Yeah, it's
pants
like
like
usually
last time.
like I've done it a few times recording at home, but like yeah, mostly like
that wasn't me, that was you.
the best success that I think I've had is coming in, getting drums down, and then going in and doing all the experimenting, and then coming back in and paying somebody to track some stuff. We do a lot of that where we rehearse what we're going to record before we pay somebody to record us, so we're not wasting any time.
Yeah, so you have it really locked in, and I think it was just the two of us, and then bringing in some session musicians. I think if we'd had like a fully formed band with fully formed arrangements for everything, that would have been different. But
Even then, that could be a disaster too.
yeah,
Band
but
and
we
everything.
learned a ton, and a lot of it is going to be on the album.
Right.
Like a lot of it's going to be there. It's just we've got to go and splice a bunch of stuff up and play with it and see
Well, I feel like
how
all of
to,
us
to
are
make
having
it work.
this in common right now. You guys are working on an album. So is Jason with his band Manganista. I'm also doing the same thing with Rotten Cabal.
cool.
We're in the same studio, and so we know exactly what you guys are talking about presently. So we're having that time and that just the experience to go. And sometimes we're really nervous. I love the element. I go in. I'm like a 1-2 take guy, but my engineer likes to take 5 or 6 of everything I'm doing. But I guess that's the luxury of being the songwriter. You usually know how to play those songs forward and backward. So it's the other guys in the band that have to do it again. Like, oh my God, my singer Jevin, he's great. I just feel bad like on the 17th take, and it's like
Yeah.
sometimes they're like, oh my God, all the life is in the first 4 takes, but now you sound really polished on like those last take 10.
And you want to play guitar the way you make love. You just get in and get out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm not very good at that, but I like to get in and stay as long as I can, because I never know if you'll ever see him again, How about that for a metaphor?
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah,
like
there was a
yeah,
FOMO.
that's Gypsy Bear. So tonight's sponsor, Johnny Black, helping us out feel good and elaborating on more topics and keeping the foolishness on I don't know, it's rising. It's going up as we speak.
It's like a relaxed foolishness,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
It's very nice. It's a very adult foolishness.
Indeed.
In
So
a monotone level.
let's get on to track 2. This is a great part. This is one of my favorite parts of the show where afterwards we get to do a little theoretical breakdown on the song. What is the name of this one? This is another new song.
Yeah, newer. This one's called Find Our Way Home, and this is a song that Kevin wrote. He wrote this beginning of Ship the
Yeah,
Pen.
3.5 years ago or so.
Pandemic.
Yeah.
Is
However
this the
long.
one where the bridge changes a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
this is
this-
one where the bridge changes.
Goes up a 5th there. What are we? We're in the key of B flat, but it starts on the 4 chord, or no? Wait.
E
Yep,
flat.
starts on the 4 chord. So yeah, we're in B flat for the song. Starts on the 4.
So it's E flat, and then you got 5 chords. So
Five
it's a
and then
5,
six.
4, 1. Oh, 5, 6.
So
okay.
yeah, so it's
I
4,
like it.
5, 6, and then there's
I basically could just vamp in G minor.
you can vamp. There are a couple surprises, but you'll get through it.
I might do some Locrian runs. You'll just
I
keep
hope
your
so.
ears out for it.
I think do the entire song in Locrian.
Yeah?
Yeah, all of it.
Oh.
Let's see how it goes.
And then if it goes up a 5th, that means I'm going to go to D Locrian. Oh.
Okay, that works.
Where'd my pick go? Remember it fell?
You
Yeah.
launched it.
Oh, there it is.
Cool.
Oh, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, hold on tight. And feel free to chime in the comments, ask any questions you'd like to help stimulate the thread. That algorithm can turn into a digital snowball only because I say so. I can't wait to read the comments.
And our friends
Well-
Matt and Sarah are watching, and
Are
yeah, Matt said they'd look much better with a mullet.
Mullet. Yeah. it's
So
You did look good with the mullet the other day.
shout out to
mullet?
Matt and Sarah, by
Petit
the way.
had a album release party at the Belly Up on Tuesday, and it was an incredible show. And she's amazing. The
Yeah,
dress
she's
code
great.
was mullets or empress.
Wow.
So
Wow.
and
So my
thank
buddy has
God.
a mullet, and he brought me a fake mullet to wear, which
But it was like a really like long mullet.
was a
looked like
voluptuous
Gaston.
mullet.
Like he looked,
Okay.
he looked like yeah. I would still, if he had a Gaston, I would still be into it. I didn't know. The more you know.
yeah, you should have Sarah on the show
I've asked
too.
her before. I'll ask her again
Okay.
on this
Cool.
very endorsement
Yeah,
right here.
Sarah.
She's watching. So
She's
yeah.
watching.
Yep.
Yeah,
Please
they're
come on.
they're awesome. They're awesome, and they've been putting out a ton of new music too. So they're very inspiring.
Very cool. I think we gotta let Gypsy in.
Yeah,
Right.
Okay.
Gypsy.
She's
Come on in.
feeling
Gypsy.
you feeling left
Come
out, girl?
here.
Come in here. Gypsy, get in here. Come on. Come in.
Oh. Hi.
Oh, hi there. Come here.
Chills.
Look, you're on Theory Thursday, Gypsy Bear.
Come here. Hi. You want to play drums instead of me?
Stretchy.
All right.
Sorry, the first song I didn't realize we were starting with the song.
No, that's okay.
I mean,
That's
it's
okay.
only your 4th time here. It's only what you've done the other
Change the
3
format.
times.
Change
I
it a
know.
little
I
bit.
watched.
I thought before we talk a little bit. That's why I was like, what?
Okay.
You want to go?
It
You want to
worked
go
out.
now? Okay. she
I'm
wants
ready now. Oh, she's out?
to- Yeah, she just likes to check
All
in.
right. I'll see you later.
See you later. You can watch it on TV, Gypsy.
Bye, Gypsy.
All right, rock and roll time. And
We used to be lovers till we got in the ring. Then we put on our gloves. Push came to shove, we forgot everything. Now you feel like a stranger in a body I know. I brought out your
Very pretty. Very
Woo!
pretty. I love the when it went to the sharp 7. I only like hit it once, but I didn't want to mess her vocal up. But like I was like, oh my god, I'm waiting for some diminished runs. I was like fucking like, you know, like they could have snuck it in, but
It's awesome.
you know, I was being reserved for you. But no, it was a very, very pretty song, like that. Like, how do you feel on that, Jason? I mean, look at he's crying.
That's a very good song. I
Yeah,
do
that was,
enjoy the lots of the chord changes. It's very nice.
Yeah, his
Yeah, that was a
jobs-
really cool, just a cool, different vibe that was added to it that, you know, we haven't heard before. That was really fun.
I was trying to like pretend I was Jeff Beck in a shoegazer band.
It's awesome. Perfect. It's awesome. R.I.P.
Yeah,
That was
I did a lot
that
of
was
A-Lo cream
amazing.
for you.
I love it. I heard it. So I'm gonna tab that all out.
And
when
the
I get
weird
home.
thing is that on the modulation, I stayed on the G and went G Lithium. So instead of,
Okay, that'll work.
Nice.
you know as much theory as I do or something?
I know a decent amount of theory. I've been learning.
He's trying to take over your show.
I see that.
I've been learning more theory. I've been really trying to. I think that learning the theory really unlocks a lot of creativity. Like you've got to be able to play stuff by ear and understand it, but I think also understanding what the options are and where you can go and like why things work and what choices you have.
I think that was well said.
Yeah, it just opens up a lot of doors.
Yes, so what I like to say to my students is that playing conceptually, you're operating and you're hearing the shift. Once you agree that it sounds good, then you can operate creatively.
Yeah.
So even when on like your worst day, as long as you know these rules, you'll sound great. Even when you're not feeling like playing guitar and you got to play guitar, you know, I play guitar almost every day, but sometimes a lot of our friends that write music that don't know theory, they're nice, they're just organic songwriters, but they're at the mercy, and I know this, they're at the mercy of their own creativity. And a lot of the time, this is why we put our instrument down. We're not feeling very inspired instead of operating conceptually.
Yeah, you're right.
So.
And I mean, I'm learning, so drums are a very new instrument for me. I started taking drum lessons like 7 months ago or 8 months ago. And today I was...
You sound great, by the
Yeah.
way.
I appreciate it.
Round of
Thank you.
applause for
That
Kevin.
wasn't fishing for
He's
compliments. It was
truly-
just like I realized today I was so I'm kind of supplementing. I'm doing some online lessons, and then I have an actual teacher who I really recommend. He's great, John Mears. He's up in North County. I've been working with him now for a while, and I've been supplementing with some online lessons. And today I was learning a couple different fills, and I was like, they were things I never would have played before, but after playing them, I'm like, oh, that's something new I can add into my drum repertoire. And I think any instrument, guitar is the same. Like if people go out and they learn something that is in, let's say, G Lydian, or they're learning something that's in D Dorian, looking at some like Santana licks and things like that, you just get that sound in your head.
Sure.
And now when you want that feel or that flavor, you have something just new to pull in and incorporate. Someone told me once, they were like, music is a lot like cooking. You have all these different spices, and knowing like what dish are you making and what spices do you want to put into it.
Yes, yes,
So.
that's a very good metaphor. I like to say it's like chess too.
Mental alchemy.
It's like playing chess. They all like the seven chords. 7 notes, 7 chords, 7 modes, 7 days of the week, 7 colors of the rainbow. There's all in 7 characters on the chessboard, right? They all have a job.
7 dwarves.
The 7 dwarves, yes.
I'm trying to think for some more. That was a good one. You
Yeah.
got a drum roll for yourself.
Yeah. So,
7 deadly
um,
sins.
Ooh, he's got more.
but I think we covered the theoretical part of that last song. I usually look into the camera and say, "Hey kids, grab the guitars. We're in the key of B flat." And it started on a 4 chord. What does that mean? Well, it started on E flat, And I'm out of tune, but that's all you get. Play that guitar, jam along with us. The next song that we do is in another more.
One thing
friendly
for the
key.
kids watching at home that I think
Yeah.
is kind of cool. So it starts on the 4 chord, but it also does the trick where you go to the 4 minor. So the 4 major to the 4 minor.
I
It
love
does that
that.
a couple times. That's always a really nice thing.
That's echoing the Bunnyman's Killing Moon Little
There's
vibe
a
right there.
secondary dominant. So
That's
the
a secondary.
major 2 chord going to the major 2 instead, and
Very
then
nice.
going there. So yeah, there's a
And that's
couple
where
little
the sharp
things
7
to-
shows up.
Yeah, I see. That's now you're getting outside of my realm of knowledge. So the sharp 7 would be from the secondary
Yeah,
dominant.
it's a very popular move in rock and roll, is subbing
Okay.
the 4 chord, making the 4 chord minor, and when that happens for those beats, that's when we have modulated into the harmonic minor. And it's just for those beats. It's also tied to the Andalusa chord progression. And Robert Hinkle was on here a few weeks ago. We talked about that a little bit. Fun facts, very interesting history there. But again, these are moves that we are aware of. We've grown up with these sounds. They sound good. They feel good. But oh my God, it's like a bag to unpack to explain why it sounds good.
Oh, yeah.
So. You hear that?
No.
It's the sound of my heart beating.
Okay.
Wow.
I might need some more whiskey after that.
I need something.
You having fun?
Yeah.
Very good. So, when's the next gig? Are we performing
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Oh, where?
We're going to be North City, San Marcos. There's like a kind of shopping center area outside of a cider. I think it's called Cidertopia. So we'll be
Fun.
there on Friday, and then Sunday. Is it Sunday?
Yeah, it's Sunday. We're in
Sunday.
Little Italy.
Little Italy.
Cool.
Do a
Is
little
that
set.
that's not the art fair?
No, we
It's
did
not
that.
technically art walk.
recently.
Art walk.
We are doing the art walk,
Liberty Station.
Liberty Station.
Wow, you guys do all the cool outdoor gigs. Those
Yeah.
are all fun. Do you have to bring your own PA to that?
Not to that art walk one, no.
Really? There's
No,
actually
but
like
to
a
the
sound
one.
man?
Yeah, there's soundman there, but the Little Italy one this
Wow, they're really
weekend.
stepping it up.
Yeah,
doing that
we
for a
bring
while.
our own stuff.
Really?
Yeah,
I should get out of my house once in a while.
you should come.
You should come down to Little Italy.
The
Yeah,
Liberty
come
Station
Should I
one's-
literally come down to Little Italy?
You should literally
Literally.
come
Literally.
down. La, la, la.
Literally come down to Little Italy. Okay. Don't continue down that path. That got a drum roll.
That guy.
Okay. Yeah, you should come out. It's,
How long
it's
is the
fun.
set?
The
3
one we're
hours.
doing,
3 hours.
Little
The one
Italy
on
set.
Sunday.
Yeah.
yeah.
And we do
So-
like half originals, half covers. We
Oh,
try
okay.
and do more. I mean, it's
You know, I
more
wish
like
we could do-
2/3 originals.
I wish we could do covers on this show. Every time we do, we get the copyright flag. Every time we run that intro, the Fusebox music on our intro, do we get copyright every single freaking show? You have to actually like write this. You have to go into your.
It's
little
my music.
account. I
You-
know.
I'm saying you got to tell them it's like this is our song.
Yeah.
But they don't know. YouTube doesn't know that. You know. That it's your song and he's on the show. Stupid. You have to actually like write this form and.
Yeah, I got a.
More boring.
We got a.
stupid
Me and
behind the
Dylan
screen
got
stuff.
copyright strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, they blocked our "Eye in the Sky" cover.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
His daughter's really, really adorable and sang a great song.
Yeah.
Speaking of covers, what covers are you guys doing?
A lot. Different stuff. We've got
Like Slayer and Deep Purple, all that
we've
stuff?
got a lot of 80s tunes.
More like new wave stuff?
Um,
Come on, spit
What's
it
your
out.
favorite?
We're doing
like
a-
what?
I know
what's
our
your
set list.
favorite?
Purple Rain.
Really?
Um,
That's great.
Some Brandy Carlisle.
Hmm.
Pink Floyd.
Which Pink Floyd song?
We do Mother.
Cool. I love that song.
Yeah, we do Mother. We were like Mother's Day. What's a song? What's a song about like a really
Doing
overbearing
Under the
mother? Let's throw
Bridge,
it
Chili
in.
Peppers.
If my mom's watching, it's
That's
not
really,
about you. I love your
that's
mom.
fun to play. That's in three
That's-
different keys.
Yeah,
That's-
that
Under the
song is
Bridge.
really interesting.
And
Yeah.
multiple
That's some cool
tempos
stuff.
too.
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
We do Everybody Wants to Rule the World. That might be my favorite. It's just so fun.
That is a great song. That's in the key of F. Do you play it in F?
We played in D.
Yeah, D.
Nice. So as long as no one sings, we can play it.
I didn't sing.
But no, I love that song.
Sorry. I almost ruined the whole stream.
No, it's 25 seconds and then they're on you.
Woo.
They actually will send you a disclaimer, like, and they customarily block out the audio for you for that.
Nice.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I know it's so lame, but it's just the way it goes. Kind of keeps it very organic and very original. That's like our job, is only to interview San Diego's finest, right? Every now and then someone from LA, but no, it's mostly San Diego show. Still
It's
San
awesome.
Diego. But you having fun over there?
I'm having a blast. Yeah, this is an awesome kit too. This is super fun.
So this is the drummer part of the show. Why don't you tell the audience what your day job is?
Yeah, so I'm a professional magician mentalist. That's what I do for a living.
You don't say.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
It's been a really fun career.
Yeah, believe it.
Yeah, like it's I started doing magic when I was 5, and it's the only job I've ever had.
Yeah.
So it was really nice. I was on before COVID. I was on the road a ton. I mean, I was flying out every week, and then sometimes you don't know like how much you're gone until you're not anymore.
Yeah.
And I had it was really nice. I got to be home a lot more with my wife, and we were like, oh, we actually do love each other. This is nice. Let's make this work. And yeah, no, I mean, no, it's true. Seriously, you hear horror stories. People are like, oh, I had to be with my partner over COVID and it was terrible. And it was actually really nice for us. We got to play a lot of music, be really creative together. And I realized that I didn't want to be on the road quite as much. So I've been a little bit more selective now about which events I'm taking.
That's nice.
Over
Control
COVID,
of
I
your
built
job.
yeah, I built up like a big virtual studio for doing my shows, and that was insane because I was able to go walk upstairs and go
Do
perform.
your job, right, and then not have to leave. That's awesome.
Yeah, but the kind of stuff I do, like so Jason, if you think back in your life to the name of like your first kiss, you've got somebody in your mind,
I do.
right?
I do.
Okay, and you have not uttered this name out loud today. I couldn't have.
MikeRuggirello.
Yeah. Well,
Jessie
you
Lark.
know that.
That'd be weird.
You know, neither of those would be that surprising, actually. So, weirder things have
What's to
happened.
say about Mike?
So
I'm peeing in my pants right now.
I know I'm a
not
mentalist.
pee.
That's my job.
Charmed to know that. Yeah.
But
No, I did not utter
Thank
the
you for
name at all.
Depends sponsoring the
yeah,
show.
and you haven't told anyone. So if you
One day.
were to think about,
that kind of cane and yeah. Sorry, no, continue.
it's okay. It's your show.
Please. It's
I'm only here making it amazing.
I know, right? Give him his time.
He reminds me of me.
If you were to think of the name of the first kiss and give me 5 names that this person is not named.
Oh,
okay?
5
That they're
names.
not named, but I don't want you to name anybody in the room, and make sure
Right.
not to accidentally say their name out loud.
Okay.
What would be 5 names that this person is not named?
Tina,
Not Tina,
not Jessica,
not Jessica,
not
girls. Blow Up Doll's name is
I think
Alfred.
these are people that I've kissed, or does it matter anybody's names? Any names?
any names.
I
I love that we just found out he was going through like his Rolodex in his mind of all of his relationships, and
no,
there
there's,
are
like,
only
things-
2 others.
Right. No, there's not, actually there's not that much, not many.
Can there be
considering.
fictitious names?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay, Clarice.
Clarice. See, I'm already seeing the pattern. Like,
Yeah.
Tina came out right away, and
Yeah.
what I know, it's 2 syllables. It's a shorter name, and you seem really familiar with it. So I'm guessing the name you thought of, your actual first kiss, was probably also 2 syllables and a shorter name,
Yes,
right? Because that's
yes.
the first thing that came
Absolutely.
to mind. The last syllable was an sound, so it probably ended similarly. So we have Tina. I would go, and then you said Clarissa was the last one when you were just thinking something outside the box. It was
Yeah.
that L sound, so it's probably Leah who
my
you were
gosh.
thinking about. Is that correct? That was your first kiss?
Correct.
Wow.
Absolutely correct.
How does he do it,
He's
ladies
a
and gentlemen?
mentalist.
Yeah, so that's what I do.
He's
That's
a mentalist.
that's the day job.
And to prove it, I
That
did write
is-
it down, so and then looked it up, so that's good.
You know,
Absolutely.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate
I'm
it.
impressed. I'm certainly trying to keep the show about your wife,
Well, it's,
No, it's good.
It's always about her.
but no, it
She
is.
gives me all my powers.
But no,
Yeah.
there's the endorsement. That's
Oh yeah.
I did want to like throw in real quick though. You were at somebody very famous. You're at someone's famous house, and it was a very interesting gig. And I was like, wow, I can't believe you were there.
Yeah, I did, and I have no idea if it's going to air. It's funny. I had to sign an NDA,
NDAs,
and I was like, okay, I hope somebody from the party posts a picture because I did Kim Kardashian's birthday last year, and it was really cool. Like Travis Barker was there. Like it was insane. And then we were down in Mexico, we were on vacation, and somebody from the party posted a picture, and then Kim reposted on Instagram. So I was like, okay, cool. Now I can talk about it, because if they break the NDA, there's nothing. They posted it up there that it was online. So it was really incredible. Everybody was super nice, really, really kind, really tight knit family. And
How was the food?
I don't remember. I don't think I ate. I was very much just kind of like
Work
it was
mode.
it was a really small event, and events like that, they've seen a lot of good talent. They've had they're used to being really treated well everywhere they go. So you show up, you do your best job, you treat it like any other event, because they work incredibly hard, but they're also not a mentalist or a magician.
Right.
And that's why they bring me in. So I think, my job, I show up and just have fun with them, right? I think a lot of celebrities, they can't go outside because people treat them like they're not people. People treat them like celebrities. And I think if you go in and you joke with them, you have a good time, and treat them like other people, kind of, lightly jab back and forth with them, and yeah, we had a blast. It was a really, really fun event.
That's really cool.
Thanks.
Very cool.
Have you been to the Magic Castle?
I have.
Yeah.
I have. Yeah, I was a member of the junior program there when I was young. So when I was like 15, 16, I would take the train up there, and once a month, take the train, then the subway over to Hollywood and Vine, and walk over to
That's cool.
or Hollywood and Highland Station, and walk over to the Magic Castle. Yeah, it's a really, really awesome place.
If you ever go there, his name is on a trophy.
Yes.
Really?
My name is on a trophy in the Magic Castle somewhere.
That's cool.
Doogie
That's
Howser's the
downstairs.
president of that now.
Yeah.
Neil.
Yep.
So, Miss Lark,
Yeah.
tell the audience and remind us of some of your influences, some musical influences.
Early on, I really loved country music. I loved Shania Twain. I loved Faith Hill, Leanne Rimes. And then I got really obsessed with pop music in my teens. Christina Aguilera, Vanessa Carlton, Britney, Alicia Keys. So yeah, I definitely became like a pop girl. I think my country love is still infused in my vocal style in a way that like it'll always be there.
That's a nice fusion, because
Yeah.
judging by the pads and the chord progressions and tempos you're choosing, it's more like modern pop and like kind of a little ethereal, sounds like pop, but you have like a little bit of a country influence as far as your vocal tenor is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Not
And
tenor.
those influences are pretty pop.
Maybe like
too.
a
Timbre?
Shania Twain
Timbre,
is pretty
maybe.
pop.
Yeah,
I believe.
yeah.
This is pop
Timbre.
country.
Yeah. I thought,
I noticed you didn't mention one man, which is fine.
when I was little, no, I wasn't interested
It
in
was
men.
forbidden.
I'm trying to think like who the first. I guess James Taylor. James Taylor was really, really popular on the CD player, which was a big thing back in the day, kids. I did have a couple cassettes. I had
Excuse me.
a
keep going.
Christina Aguilera like 2-song cassette,
bud.
which
Genie in a bottle, or was it it's like a EP or something, or
yeah.
or a single?
I over COVID, my parents, they split and they sold the family home, and so we got tasked with, we tasked ourselves, I suppose. Somebody had to convert all the old VHS stuff to digital and like deal with all the like analog-y data. Otherwise, it would just disintegrate, right?
Yeah, somebody got tasked with that. I was
Somebody.
tasked. I
You
was
were that
tasked with it.
somebody?
I converted. This is not a joke.
That was a
I
lot.
would say probably 200 family VHS tapes.
Wow.
Those convert in real time.
Oh yeah,
And
I know. I've done it. Yeah.
It was just like
a job.
months of eject.
He did all that for you?
Dude.
Yeah.
We did it together, but he had to set it up and figure out how to do it because
Yeah.
obviously
We
he's
took
the
shifts.
brains, and then I make breakfast.
Right.
So
I like brains in my breakfast.
Chilled monkey
You're,
brains.
But
hey,
it was-
give yourself some
Chilled
credit.
monkey
You are
brains.
Chilled monkey
incredibly
brains.
smart.
Just watched that last
I
night.
am
Oh,
smart.
yeah.
I'm,
And
yes.
you
Temple
make
Doom.
killer breakfast.
I also make really good. I made an incredible quiche
Oh,
this
it's
week.
really, yeah.
Did you?
I like
I did.
quiche.
I love quiche.
I
You
know.
make your
I-
own crust,
rocked
you
it.
use the
Oh, of
pie
course.
crust, right?
Well, it was my first time, so I shouldn't say of course.
Yeah.
But of course from now
was
on,
delicious.
because it was that much better.
It was really
It depends on the time. It's like when I do pizzas too. It's like, do I want to make the dough?
Oh,
Takes
you
too
make the
long.
dough?
Yeah, I do make the dough.
That's great. I've
Most
never
of the
made
time.
pizza dough before.
I did last time we did. I just did it over the weekend, and Trader Joe's just happened to have pizza dough. I'm like, I'll just get that. It makes it easy, and I made it.
That's
it was
still,
actually all right.
that's still, yeah, I've done that before.
Yeah.
That's still fresher than
Oh yeah, it's
frozen.
still good.
Yeah,
Right?
that's,
Yeah,
that's still
just a regular made. Yeah.
great. That's awesome.
It was good though. I mean, I was like, oh, it actually when I saw it, I'm like, oh, this will be easier. Maybe I'll make pizzas again. But then when I did it, I'm like, I'm making the dough again next time.
Yeah, I love cooking. It's really fun. It's really relaxing to me.
I
Yeah.
love cooking as well. I made, not that anyone asked, but I made
I would like to know. Please tell me.
Dr. Pepper ribs.
Nice.
Oh,
So really, there's a lot of information on YouTube about that. So.
Okay.
yum.
It was-
I
it was
think
good.
we should start a new. I mean, we've got Theory Thursday. What would it be? I'm like culinary Wednesday. No, it's not. That doesn't have a ring to it. What would it be?
Fast food Friday.
Fast Food
Fast Food
Friday.
Friday's good.
Yeah.
Fast Food Friday.
or something.
Well, we're
food
getting
Friday.
at the end of our episode. I would like to thank both of you very much for taking time out of your busy schedules to come spend time with Jason and Mr. McNair and I. We
Yeah. Thank you.
blown away. I love hanging out with you guys. We should hang out as friends more often. But again, coming down here and playing music for us, it's incredible. I can't wait to do another one. Which reminds me, we'll see you next week with Matt Staccato, a killer rock and roll guitar player that's going to kick your ass. But until the meantime, stay present because Mr. Thomas has got something for you.
Yes, guys, thanks again for watching. Looking forward to next week. Also, thank you both for coming out. It's been way too long, and it's a pleasure meeting you. I know we talked to you once when you were on the phone.
Yeah.
You
I think
had
I
him on the
was-
phone.
Or I was like
Yeah.
in a plane.
You were somewhere,
Just
yeah.
texting with you.
Right. And then I'd like to thank our sponsors again. Mad Hatter Guitar Products, Kurt Mangan Strings, Quality T-Shirt Design, and Muzio Drums.
Great
Also-
drum set.
also-
I might have to get one.
Yeah, they're very
Really?
cool.
Yeah,
Well,
they're-
that's
feels
good.
good.
That's
They're pretty
great
cool.
news.
It's pretty cool.
We have a 30 Thursday discount attached to a John Muzio purchase. If you are, and that goes for you,
Everybody out there.
everyone out there. If you want more information, write in the comments. And if you want to know, again, if you forgot or didn't get the information about who Jason's first kiss was, write in the comments. Jason will respond to that diligently and effortlessly between now and Sunday.
Nobody cares about the first kiss. Could not be
So
wrong.
we have one more song. And what is it called?
This song is called "I'm Trying."
And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So. But no, this is great. What's this song about before we do liftoff?
Yeah, so this is a song I started during lockdown, and I just had like the first verses, and I put it away, kind of forgot about it, came back to it a month and a half, 2 months ago, and realized like, oh my gosh, I really like this. Like, I want to figure out what the story is that I'm trying to tell, and when I wrote it, I was in a sad place. I was trying to figure things out, and as I've been just growing and learning, I've been getting a lot more in touch with myself and my feelings and emotions, and really the things that I want and care about. And so that's the direction that the song took. It was about kind of empowering yourself and believing in yourself to find a way to be happy for real in life.
Beautifully put. And I like that we can find chords that support these feelings. I'm noticing right here that we're in the key of G. And I can't wait to investigate this song. G sus2. No, I love it. I think
Navigate,
it's
I'm
great.
thinking.
The navigation
Yes.
begins.
We go into a happy feeling mode in the end because I was like, hey, there's some gospel stuff here.
Yeah, that was
I
actually an
feel-
interesting part of the writing process. I was
Yeah.
like, I want this song to really open up and feel hopeful because that's the story that I wanted to tell. Like, how do you get from point A, struggling?
We're in the key of G.
How do you get from point G
Sorry, can't help myself.
But yeah, but then he was like, "Oh, you should do this," and I was like,
let's go into mix of
And then
lithium
that
for the
helped
end
me
and
figure
change
out
the
how to
whole
write the
feel
rest
of
of the
it
song.
and make it more like jammy
Melody or
gospel.
progression?
The progression.
Okay.
So
"Well, both," because I hadn't finished the song
Yeah,
before you made that
that's true.
suggestion. And once I realized where we were going from starting point to ending point, I was able to figure it out.
And I also noticed that our one chord is a G sus2. For all you guys at home, sus means suspension. What does that mean? Well, when you're putting it against a chord before or after, since there's no 3, because it's either a 1, 2, or a 5, our audience is in suspension, and we get to hear some of that in this song. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to hitting that 2, but no, let's go for it.
Let's do it.
Thanks again for coming down and doing episode 171.
Yes,
We'll get you
always.
back on ASAP.
Yay.
thanks for having us. This
Yeah.
is
Always a blast,
awesome.
man.
So
Yeah.
much fun.
Good.
Yeah,
Happy.
thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you guys so much.
You can do laundry here too if you want.
Obviously.
I
You
shall.
remember when, speaking of that,
Pretty
remember
well.
when JP Hennessy came here, he took a shower? Remember that?
Yeah.
Came here straight from the freaking gym.
Right.
He's like, shows up sweaty, looking like freaking Rocco, dripping sweat at my door. He's like, hey, is it cool if I take a shower? I'm like, this is a first. Go right ahead. Anyhow.
You know, I'm gonna next time you have me, I'm gonna try to top that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna show up 2 hours early. I gotta do the full hair and makeup, so
Yeah, well,
clear your bathroom.
You'd be surprised. There's enough beauty equipment in my. Yeah, most women come over here and be like, "You have better stuff than I do." Like I hear that all the time. So, not makeup, but you know, things that make you smell good, like lotions.
It's okay if you have makeup. It's fine.
Mane and
It's okay.
tail. What's that shampoo? Mane and tail
Okay, why do you know about that?
from Step Brothers,
That's hilarious.
from the movie.
Because we actually had that.
I have that at home. I use it to wash my dogs.
No, my mom has recently, all the like childhood stories I have, like apparently all my memories are false, but the current memory that I have before she does correct me is that we drove out to like a stable somewhere inland to find this tail and mane shampoo because she really thought it was going to make a big difference.
You can just buy it at Albertsons.
FedMart.
Well, maybe that was like
Fed
20
Mart?
years because I was like a kid.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's
Could have been.
it
You
happens.
can blend those memories when you're a kid. You can like blend things.
Yeah,
you know, it's-
recently she's been letting me know all my memories are wrong. I was
Okay.
like, okay. Woo.
Her memories might
That's
be
a
wrong,
different
too.
show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But
no,
that would
let's,
take like 3 shows.
Hi, Mom. Love you.
And here we go. There we go. Okay. There we go. Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry, when you said, oh shit, I thought maybe something was wrong, but that's just normal. We're good.
I've been sad for days, not to the point I wanna leave this place. But I can understand why some don't stay. I think about them every time I feel this way. Change is what I believe in, but it has to come from me to achieve it. And I've been living in some doubt since the day I was breathing. Give me a sign, I'm not wasting everyone's time, especially mine. Like a boulder falling from a mountaintop, right before you hear it make the drop. I can feel myself break and bend, like an arrow's coming to an end. If I fight it, it hurts, but holding on feels worse. You can find me rolling with the punches, breathing heavy through the dirt. Give me a sign, someday I'll leave all of this behind. I wanna know what happiness is before I die. Oh, I'm trying. Oh, I'm trying. Oh, I'm trying. I'm trying. for a couple days. Poured a cup of coffee and I washed my face. Nice to see the sunrise for a change. Found a way to be grateful for my mistakes. This pain is what I'm releasing. I can feel it in my soul when I sing like winning a race. Before crossing the finish line, I'm trying. Oh, I'm trying. Oh, I'm
Sweet.
Camera one.